Welcome to today's video on section 1.5, more on slope, and talking about how to write the equation for a parallel and perpendicular lines. For parallel lines, remember parallel lines are two or more lines that do not intersect. And remember, the key fact about parallel lines is that parallel lines have the same slope. So when we're doing these problems here, where we're writing the equation of a line that passes through a certain point and is parallel to a line, the first thing we want to do is identify the slope of the given line. In this case, the slope of the given line is 3, and the parallel slope would also equal 3 since they're the same. So then we can take this point right there, the x1 and y1, and the slope, so y minus 5 equals 3 times x plus 2, and we can write an equation for a line. So we distribute the 3 and add the 5, so y equals 3x plus 11. In the example here, notice the slope is 4, so the parallel slope is also negative 4. So when we write the equation of the line, we get y plus 10 equals negative 4 times x plus 8. We distribute the negative 4, and then we subtract the 10. And we get negative 4x minus 42. Perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect to form 4 right angles. Remember, the key thing there is the slopes are opposite reciprocals. For example, like 3 and negative 1/3, those are opposite reciprocals. So here we want to find the slope of the line that's perpendicular to x plus 4y minus 8. So first we want to put this in slope-intercept form. So we get 4y equals negative x plus 8. Divide by 4. And you get y equals negative 1/4 x plus 2. So the slope here is negative 1/4. So the perpendicular slope would be 4. So we're going to use that slope and the point, so y plus 5 equals 4 times x minus 3. And then we're going to change that to general form. So we're going to distribute. And then, because it's general form, remember no fractions, which we don't have here. But also, the leading coefficient in front of the x has to be positive. So since it's positive there, I'll move the y and the 5. So I get 0 equals 4x minus y minus 17. And that is in general form. So with this example here, we move the x, move the 12, so we get 3y equals negative x plus 12, so y is equal to negative 1/3 x plus 4, so the slope is negative 1/3, which means the perpendicular slope is 3. So you go y plus 6 equals 3 times x plus 2. So y plus 6 equals 3x plus 6 when you distribute. So y is equal to 3x. So when we change it into general form, it's 3x minus y equals 0. Alright, we can forget about that part. Slope is the rate of change. The average rate of change is a function. What this comes down to is if you have a function that's non-linear, like a parabola. Let's say you had a parabola like this, and you wanted to find the rate of change between 2 points on the curve. You would find the slope of the secant line. So the secant line here is the line that connects 2 points in a non-linear function. You guys have seen secant lines before in a circle, right? A secant line, the famous one is a diameter. A diameter is a secant line because it goes through 2 points in the circle. All right. To do this, we find the slope of the secant line. So here, the function's f of x equals x to the third, and we want to find the rate of change between 0 and 1. So we find f of 0, which is 0, and f of 1, which is 1, and then we take the slope. So the y values is 1 minus 0 over the x, which is 1 minus 0, so you get 1 over 1, which is 1. So the average rate of change on x to the third between 0 and 1 is 1. But then when you look at it for the next one, 1 to the third is 1. But then when you put 2 in, 2 to the third is 8. So the average rate of change from 1 to 2, you go 8 minus 1, because those are the y values. 2 minus 1, because those are the x. So 7 over 1 is 7. Now the rate of change there is 7. Alright, this concludes our video, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in class. Have a good evening. Go Patriots!